You know, I was watching Coach Carter the other day,
Yeah.
and it made me want to go outside. Well, not outside to a gym since it's cold as hell outside, but
That's
to like a
facts.
gym
All right. Good catch.
and play a quick, 21 real quick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Then I thought about it, and I'm just like, bruh, I can't do that no more, man. I'm old, bro. Like, I gotta play with some guys that's about my age. I can't. I realize I'm at that part of my life now where I can't. Yeah, no, bro.
Bro, I'm 2 years younger than you. I ain't trying to hear 3 years younger than you. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear that.
Son,
I'm not gonna lie. You might be right though. I think you're right though. Like, I think I'm starting to notice that too. Like, I used to play. I'm trying to play with the people at my job. Like, they have like a group of guys who get together and play ball. And after them games, I be feeling it feels different. It feels different. It feels different. Had me sick though, because one time I was playing, bro, and I went up for a rebound. Somebody came up under me, bro. I was sick. I was like, hey, come on. This is like, and then they like, when you coming back? I'm like, every time I think about coming back, I think about how I almost rolled my ankle, broke my foot, and I'm like, I ain't come out here for this. This ain't the league, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you got to play with people that they got the same intentions as you. Like, yo, we just play a little bit of defense, you know what I mean? But that's it. We ain't trying to get scouted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not 16, 17-year-olds just trying to make it to the league. No.
Like, it's not win at all costs, it's win at some cost. Not great, though.
Yeah, at half court. I'm not doing full court.
I know.
I'm not
full court's for the cardio, bro. Half court's for the skill. If you trying to play a skilled game, that's half court. If you trying to play a game and get your cardio up, that's full court. So I feel you. I don't really want to play full court for real, because I feel like if you put me in a half court set, I'm gonna give you about 5 buckets. You put me in a full court set, I'm gonna get about 2 points. So
exactly, bro. And it's like I was watching it, bro, and because like you've seen Coach Carter before, right?
Yeah.
So he was just telling them like, yo, y'all finna run suicides for an hour. No, an hour and 15. Bro, I looked at that and it triggered me. It brought me back to my high school days of playing basketball and coach saying, yeah, just run suicides till I get tired of looking at y'all run. Bruh. You don't really know how much time is until you're doing a physical activity. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, okay.
Whether it's sports or you in an unfortunate accident where you outside fighting or something like that, like 5 minutes of whatever, mountain climbers, push-ups, sprints, suicide, 5 minutes, just 5.
Like that's real time.
That you feel every second. It's just like,
okay.
It's like, yo, and I just think about that, like an hour and 15 minutes of running suicides, bro. That triggered me, bro. That triggered me. If anybody don't know what a suicide is, so you got a basketball court, right? And there's the baseline, there's the free throw line, there's the 3-point line, and then there's half court. And then on the opposite side of the court, it's the same thing, just mirrored, right? So with suicides, you have to run, starting from the baseline, to half court, touch the line. You can't just run to
I'm sorry, you said half court?
Not half court, my bad.
I was about to say, bro, you had them easy then.
My bad. You have to run to free throw, slap the ground, and then run back to baseline. Then take the baseline to 3-point, back to baseline. And you do this all the way till you get to the other side of the baseline on the other end of the court, and then you sprint back, and that is considered one suicide. Bruh. An hour and 15 minutes of that? Bruh.
Yeah, that'll hurt you. Kid, hey, listen. Coach Carter was doing that in a different time, bruh. Kids these days ain't built for that, bruh. You know why I know that? Because my generation really wasn't built like that. My generation was barely built like that.
Man.
I know these kids ain't built like that.
Nah, bro. Like,
these kids will make a TikTok about how their heart was broken when coach said get on the line.
Oh man, bro. And then running stairs. Did you ever have to run stairs? You ever have to run stairs?
No, we didn't really do the stairs running. No.
Yeah, running stairs is a different kind of animal, bro. You realize just how many stairs you got in your school.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like if you got like 3 or 4 stories in your school, and you look at that stairwell that you just walk every day and you don't think nothing of it, just running up and down them for 30 minutes, it's different.
Yeah. I ran up sand dunes one time though.
Sand dunes?
That's hard. That's like stairs but in sand with resistance bands. Those are hard.
What sport was you doing that for?
Oh, we was just doing that just on the side, like with my pops or something like that on the weekend. We just did that one time for training or something like that. It was difficult, to say the least. Sand dunes.
Man, I remember one time when I was playing, they tried to make us do track in the preseason to get us conditioned.
Yeah.
Bruh.
One for you?
Bruh. No, man. Because listen, I hate running.
Okay.
Like when I want to run, it's like, I don't know. Like I'm just doing it out of fun, and it only lasts maybe about 3 seconds. It's like a cheetah, right? A cheetah, I can run for like 8 seconds, and like, all right, bro, I'm cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I hate running, man. I hate running. So when they say, yo, we gotta sign up for track, and you automatically on the team since you're on the basketball team, you know what I mean? So you're helping out the school with filling out the roster for track, and it's also gonna help you condition you, get your cardio up for the basketball season. And it's just like, I ain't signed up for all this. Like, coaches, man, bro, I could tell you stories. Coaches would try their best. And I understand it was all to try to push you to be better, but they would make you do a bunch of things which you didn't even want to do to try to prepare you for that next level. It's just like, we can't do this no other way. It's tough, bro. What sports did you play in high school?
Basketball. I did the same thing where I ran cross country right before, which is like the 3 mile, like 5Ks every week, for like a couple months. And I did track and field pretty consistently, like every year. That was pretty much it, though. Oh, we had flag football, but I don't even like bringing that up because I feel like I'm less of a man for that. They just didn't have football at my school, so I'm like, I might as well do something.
I have never seen a flag football game. So so from my understanding, in order to get tackled, they have to take the flag off of you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's trash.
Yeah, it's not that great. It's not that great. Also, it's much easier to grab somebody up than it is to grab a little bitty flag. Like, that's hand-eye coordination that, like, some of us are not blessed with. And it makes you look real foolish when you, like, reaching out, you can't grab it, and then you end up tumbling. It's really annoying.
Where is the flag located at?
Around their waist. So sometimes the better thing to do is just reach for their waist and just grab it like that. But yeah, that's what it is. Flag football is not for the. It's yeah.
Yeah, my mom probably still won't let me play no flag football, bro. Cause I think I told you this. Like, I wanted to play football.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to play football when I was younger, but my mom looked at me like, "You're not doing that." And at the time, it was just like, I really want to do this, but she's like, "Yo, you're gonna get hurt." And in my mind, it's just like, well, I could get hurt in basketball, but obviously, you know, she was looking at things with disrespect, like, "No, you're gonna get hurt." But I snuck off and I played football one time at the park, and I only played once in my life if I ever played football. I got tackled. Obviously, it wasn't like no NFL kind of tackles we was doing out there, but like we was tackling each other without equipment on and everything else. It was fun. I loved it. You know what I mean? But
how old are you though?
Before high school.
Yeah, it's not really fun when you get to high school and niggas is running at like 30 miles per hour trying to hit you, bro. Like,
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, I don't think I would have made a career out of it. I would have like probably played for like maybe a year in high school. Because one thing about football is like y'all play in whatever weather. And for me, since I already hate running,
yeah,
I especially hate running in the cold.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but my chest be on fire, lungs be on fire, in like 3 seconds flat, and I just started running.
Yeah.
As opposed to when it's hot outside, and that only starts happening after, 15, 20 minutes or whatever activity that I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine getting tackled in cold weather like that, though. With like somebody's helmet running to your arm. When it's freezing outside, bro, that would hurt so bad. As soon as I walk outside the house, my thighs was like, "Hey, bro, we ain't really feeling. We gonna chill out today. We gonna let you work. You gonna have to work today. We done."
Like, cause I was looking at some of those, well, not the full games, but like some of those football games. I think one of those games was like a snow game or something like that. And they was just on the sideline and like some big blankets when they wasn't out on the field. And I'm just like, that blanket ain't doing anything.
They got heaters on there now though. Like they got heaters, and they got the little quilted like jacket joints. Like, well, they got to figure it out a little bit. It's not great, but it's not doing like it's doing much more than like a blanket is.
I mean, if you're getting paid multi-millions of dollars to be out there, bro, then you know I ain't gonna hold
be out
you.
there. Then be out there.
Yeah,
right?
you know I'd be out there too. I wouldn't like it, but I'd be out there. You know what I'm saying? You paying me $3 million a year.
We love seeing black men get paid, do we not?
Exactly.
We love it.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Reset the Vibe Podcast.
Yo.
I am one of your hosts. I'm Vash.
This is Cam.
And we're missing Darius. Darius is not here this week.
Why?
We
don't have to tell us why.
Yeah,
I just was more than the fact that he wasn't here. That sounded like a real question. That wasn't a real question. Yeah.
No, hopefully he'll be back with us next week. So we just rock it with just the both of us. It's cool. So how's your week been, bro?
Man, we should have callers call in and ask us questions.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
But we can't do that though.
Yeah, we can't do that because I don't know.
Because we're not live on the air.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you gonna ask me?
How's your week been?
Solid. I just, I don't know. I went to work. It was very this is a very boring regular week, I feel like. So there's nothing about this week that was like, oh yeah, this cool thing happened. It was just like, nah, I feel like everyday Joe this week, like, went to work. Was it? How about you?
It's been inspiring, bro. It's been uplifting.
Talk about it. Let's go.
Like so I was watching so the church I'm a part of called Epic, and it's an online only church, right?
Okay.
So we don't have a physical building. So on Sunday, my pastor was preaching online or whatnot, and because we're in a series right now called More Money and More God, right?
Okay.
So basically, without going into the whole spiel of the sermon and everything else like that, the whole thing is that since if you're walking in your purpose, right, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you're doing is lining up with what God would want you to do, right?
Sure.
If that's the case, then God is always going to supply you with what you need to do what he wants you to do. And if that's a thing that requires money, then that's going to be provided for you. There's more context to that, plus scriptures and everything else. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the beautiful service that it was. But with that being said, we fast forward to yesterday because we had a Bible study, and then he went into it further, and it was just really enlightening for what I want to do, right? Because I struggled at least for the last year of what it is I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm good at. I know what I excel at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's a natural talent, God-given talent, whatever, something that I built upon myself that I went and sought out and got better at, whatever the case may be. But it was always like, all right, so what am I going to do with this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So right now, all of that is pointing towards my book. And for the longest, I've just been having this feeling on my heart. It's just like, yo, book needs to get done. No matter what it is, you just need to get it done. And I was at this point where I was just sick and tired of looking at it, because I'm writing almost every day, right? And I'm typing away, and I'm coming up with these ideas as I go along while I'm writing it, and all of these things, and it's become daunting.
Mm. So
I sat and I prayed about it. I'm just like, yo, God, can I have like the passion for this back? Because this is what I want to do, but right now it's like it's not even writer's block. It's just I don't feel like doing all of this.
Yeah.
But after hearing, after being in Bible study yesterday and everything my pastor was talking about and breaking down, it's just like, bruh, like, this is what I want to do. And in order for me to get to that, in order to get to what God has for me next, I just got to do it. And as simple as that sounds, that was motivating for me. You know what I'm saying? That was encouraging for me. Because it's just like, it's what I want, it's what I prayed for. You know what I'm saying? So I got I guess my groove back in writing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got like a release date in mind already because my pastor asked me, all right, he asked me like on the spot, like, so what's the due date? Like what's the plan, action on getting this out the door? Ooh. And I didn't have a solid release date in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But when he asked me it, there was an instant date in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I have that, and now that I told him that, now there's, I guess it's pressure, but like it's the good kind of pressure, to where it's like, all right, I got a deadline of getting this out the door. And in order for me to reach the deadline, that means this has to happen before it goes out the door. So it means I need to get on my grind and do it.
Yeah.
And on top of me knowing that I need to get on my grind and do it, there's a newfound win in my sales of writing and doing this.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? The encouragement and everything. So, yeah, bro, it's been uplifting. It's been encouraging, bro.
That's what's up.
I know that was a long way about going about, this podcast. So.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up. That's awesome that you can get that inspiration and feeling like you got the jetpack back on, or the fuel back in the jetpack to get it going.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So, last week, we talked about the mac and cheese thing. We're not going to get back into the mac and cheese thing. People had opinions about that, bro.
Like you heard about it.
Yeah, bro. Like,
okay.
it was even more than me calling out Medea. Speaking of which, this is off on a tangent. So, I have not watched Daddy's Little Girls, right?
Okay.
It's on the to-do list.
Okay.
So I decided after y'all sat there and said, like,
well, if I know you, if I tell you to watch a movie, it's gonna take you about a year to watch it. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
But
I
decided to get out of my comfort zone, right? And I decided to get out of my pickiness and I'll get out my own way.
Okay.
And so I decided to put on, because like on Hulu, like I was looking at like what, Tyler Perry movies they had on there. By the way, Tyler Perry has, bro, I would need to Google how many shows and movies that he has.
That man works. That man works.
Bruh.
That man works.
Bruh. I don't understand how he ain't the richest man on the planet, because he got revenue coming in from all kind of shows, bruh. Like, it is ridiculous. But I decided to watch Why Did I Get Married? And then Why Did I Get Married Too?
Ooh, let's go.
So I picked it because, for one, I'm not married yet, right?
Right.
But I looked at the actors and I'm like, oh, this is a dope cast. You know what I'm saying? Is that Michael J. White? I barely ever see Michael J. White in anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool, bet. So I'm watching it and I'm just like, yo, this is really good. I mean, there were some things that I felt, I would have done differently, but like, I watched both of them kind of like back to back, and like, it was good.
Thank you. Yup.
It was good.
Exactly.
It was good. So I can't hate on Tyler Perry movies no more. You know what I'm saying? I just have ones that I just don't like. And
I'm a push on something, okay? Because one of your things is you hate the sitcom stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about this, bruh. You wouldn't say that about Friends, How I Met Your Mother. But white sitcoms are the exact same show done just a little bit differently. That's all Tyler Perry's doing. He's the only one who got black sitcoms, bro. Right now.
That's fair.
Come on, man.
That's fair.
Come on, man. So let's not put too much heat on him for that, bro. Like, that's he's actually fair. Making sitcoms for black people instead of making us have to watch whatever NBC putting on, bro.
You right, bro.
Hey. I'm gonna leave it there. But that's when you were saying that, I was thinking to myself like, yo, like, he just makes sitcoms with black people. Like, that's the same. We watch, like, they buy us watching Friends and all other stuff like that all the time. So, yeah, man.
And it's dope because, like, I was looking at some of the shows that he had on there, and it's like different stuff. Because for me, in my ignorance, right, I only saw what is, I guess, the popular things, right?
Yeah.
So you got Medea, you got Meet the Browns, and then you got the other TV show he had. What was the one called?
House of Pain.
There we go. Yeah, House of Pain and stuff. So I was only aware of those.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like, okay, all right. I see, it's not terrible, but it's not anything that, but no, bro, like he got like a show called like The Oval Office or something like that, bro. Or something dealing with the Oval.
Yeah, The Oval, yeah.
And I'm just like, I ain't even never heard of this.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know if it's like a sitcom or like an actual serious drama show.
I think it's like a drama / like kind of soap opera joint. But again, I push back on that point again. Like all of like Days of Our Lives. What is it? Something General Hospital, right? That's just white. This is white soap operas, and he's just making black soap operas, bro. Like those are just. It's just he's making like art for us. That's actually our stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's just something to be like something he should be proud of, and we should be proud of him for doing. Because like that's trying to subject us to just thinking that white culture got it right. No, like we can do it, and it can be cool too.
That's facts. That's facts. So, Tyler Perry, if you ever see this, I apologize.
Hey,
I apologize. Look, I took my hat off to you. Like I had you wrong, bro. I had you wrong. I'm still not that big of a fan of the Medea movies, right? But it was harsh to sit up there and say they're the Call of Duty of movies, all right? So I apologize sincerely.
Proud of you, G. It takes a humble heart to do that, bro.
It does. I was humble, bro, because like I said, man, the first 20, 30 minutes of watching Why Did I Get Married, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to eat my words.
Oh man,
like, this is good, man.
Man, when you watch Daddy's Little Girls, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, and I looked at that, right? I didn't watch it yet, but I looked at that and I was like, oh, Idris Elba.
Yeah, Gabrielle Union. Yeah.
So what would you recommend? You said so. Daddy's Little Girls. What else would you recommend from Tyler Perry?
I mean, that's pretty much. Those are my recommendations. I mean, Temptation was kind of cool. It was weird, like not weird, but it was like that was the most different out of all the other movies he's made. I feel like Temptation was, and I guess the ending isn't like your favorite like. It's one of those like I don't know. It's a good one. But it's also one of those ones trying to teach you a lesson kind of things. Where like kind of all his stuff. But yeah, Temptation was good too. So I'll say that Temptation, Daddy's Little Girls, and then yeah, I don't know. I don't mind the Medea movies honestly. I think Family Reunion is probably my favorite out of all the ones that came out because that one was just like a one to everybody. There's something in there for everybody. I feel like, but. I maintain that Temptation and Daddy's Little Girls. That's what I'll say. So,
sounds good. So, bro, how's the engagement going, bro?
Engagement is dope, man.
Wait, did we even formally?
We did not.
You
just kind of dropped down.
Yeah, I did.
But it's cool though.
You gonna? Well, I can.
I'm engaged. That kind of doesn't it?
I don't know how we want. Okay. How would you like it to be done? Because all right,
no, I'm fine.
I'm fine with it.
I'm content. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So, congratulations on the engagement, first and foremost.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Right, I met your fiance.
Yes, met her a couple times.
You
don't remember, but met her a couple times.
You just don't. All right. On the air. Okay, cool.
I'm just kidding, Frederick.
That's fine.
Frederick, it's a joke, Frederick.
It's fine.
Nah, bro. You just be doing your thing, bro.
She's a very lovely person who is into Star Wars, and that's already a vote in my book. Like I told you the other night, I told you last weekend. I was like, yeah, bro. She had my respect before. When she said Star Wars, and I was like, oh, yeah. It's cool, because we was talking about converting you to like a Star Wars.
First of all, I rock with Star Wars heavy. That's so wild. Like,
she didn't say nothing when I said that.
Yeah, she didn't. I don't think she realized, but I rock with Star Wars heavy. Like heavy. Like, Mandalorian. Only thing I haven't watched is Clone Wars. Like the TV series.
I feel you. I haven't watched it.
That just seems like a lot to get into right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a whole, like, thing. I'm getting married, so, like, there's a lot of, like, stuff I gotta do.
How is that going? Like, how are you? Like,
Man.
There's a lot of questions, bro. Like, first off, Do you feel any different?
Do I feel any different? I mean, not really. Like, sometimes I think I forget, too. Like, not in, like, a bad way, but just in, like, you kind of decide in your mind and your heart that you're going to be committed to somebody. Then that, like, is kicked into you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, it hits you, and you're there. And, like, that's the moment you feel things change. But I don't feel like putting a ring on her finger made that change. It was just like this is the symbol of this. And this is the moment that we're having. But, like, I feel like nothing really changed after the fact. Like, I'm still just as committed to her as I was before. You know, and, you know, that probably will look different after marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they're definitely not now. It just feels like, you know, we have different titles now. But same commitments there. So, yeah.
Cool. So, when did you know that you was gonna pop the question? Like, when did you decide in your head, like, yeah, no, she the one? No,
man, honestly, probably like, no more than 2 weeks into dating. Probably no more than 2 weeks into dating. I think the reality is that our situation is very unique in the fact that we were like really good friends, like really close friends, for like 4 years before we even started dating, and like not even like people say like good friends, but I mean like we did life together kind of friends, like for 4 years. So it wasn't there wasn't much to figure out, you know, like, you know, and a lot of people, like, I feel like there's a whole like mentality behind like compatibility and like what fits and will it work and this and that, the third. But at the end of the day, like when it comes down to like being committed to somebody for the rest of your life, you just got to decide if that's the person you're gonna do it with, no matter how hard it becomes, you know. And for me, that was an easy decision. It was like, of course, like I'm gonna rock with her, like that. I love her. She's like my favorite person in the world. And so when it comes down to everything like being difficult or being hard and stuff, and then having these tough moments, like I'm going to pick her and I'm going to pick to choose this relationship and continue to build this every second. So yeah, that wasn't a, when I realized that was the truth for me, then that was the decision. It was like, yo, then I'm going to marry her, you know? So yeah, so I figured that out within like the first like 2 weeks. I just knew, you know, it wasn't even like a hard sell or a hard like moment of like, dang, like, is this it for real? It's just like, no, like, this is it, and I'm happy, I'm content, you know. Not even, you know what I mean? I was happy, but like there's that like extreme of like, oh my gosh, and there's just that moment of just like being sealed of this, like, you know what, this is me now, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm ecstatic, and I'm cool. Like, this is just what I'm walking into now. So
that's dope, bro.
Yeah, man. No, it's been cool, bro. Engagement is the planning process has now been like the thing that's just like it's fun, but you also like are learning each other at the same time when it comes like to the planning part of things. And so I'm just looking forward to this like premarital counseling and stuff, because I really want to get to like, you know, what's the stuff that I'm not seeing? You know what I mean? Not that I'm not seeing like about her, but what's the stuff that I haven't considered about like us going into a marriage that's different from the way we've been friends for the last 4 years. You know what I mean? Like they're like, we have this commitment and how we want to be with each other and stuff like that. But like, what's going to be the stuff that like I haven't even like hasn't crossed my mind? Because I'm a thinker, so I just like to think stuff out. So I'm wondering what's the stuff that I haven't seen yet or haven't thought about yet. I'm looking forward to that counseling to get that. So
yeah. That's dope. You think you're gonna cry at your wedding?
Depends. If depending on how we do it, if I see her before she comes down the aisle, like we do photos before she comes down the aisle and stuff like that, and we do it, then probably not cry. But if I don't see her until we get going down the aisle, I probably will. There's a good chance I still will. I've been much of the crier the last couple of months, honestly, just because like I'm super grateful for what the Lord has done, and like I feel that like presence when like in our relationship. And so, but I don't know, I feel like with a bunch of people around watching, that's gonna feel different. Like that's not gonna make, I feel like I'll have a better way of holding in my emotion when I know that there's like 100+ people out here watching me in front. Like I'm just gonna be thinking about that the whole time. So, or how not to like, I was in my boy's wedding last summer, and they were like, remember not to lock your knees up or you'll pass out, like, or you'll fall back or something. And I was like, what? And so the whole time we're in that wedding, and I'm like sitting there behind, like I'm like with my boy, I'm watching the wedding, but I'm also just thinking in my brain, do not pass out. Whatever you do, unbuckle those knees and don't pass out. So I probably when you might have something like that stuck in my brain, but like, you know, it's weird. I think the weirdest thing is that, like, you know, when people are up there, they have to have eye contact for the longest time. And I'm not the most comfortable with eye contact, not in like a bad way, but like But like, I just get goofy. Like, if I look at you if for too long, I'm gonna start doing weird stuff. So I'm like, man, I don't like. I'm not looking forward to exactly. I'm not looking forward to exactly. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to that. Long story short, we're not having a video person because that's just not like I feel like I need that. But yeah, man, like it's just that's. If I was nervous about anything on the day of the wedding, bro, it'd be that. That I'll be standing there in front of her, staring in her eyes for like 30 plus minutes, and I'm just like, and I start doing some weird stuff because I just can't handle like that kind of like eye contact. It's just a lot, bro. Also, like, I'm self-conscious. I think, like, one of my eyes is lower than my other one. So I even think that, like, oh, my eyes probably look crazy right now. Like, I just started to think too much. So,
yeah, man. Right. So you said, that's interesting that you said, like, the eye contact is going to be, like, the toughest thing. Yeah. So that means that you got the vows already on lock, right? When it comes time to write them?
What you mean?
The vows.
I ain't writing no vows.
Oh, you're not writing them?
No.
Oh.
No. Maybe. If she wants to, I'd be willing to. But I'm not trying to wear my. I would rather do them just the two of us, not in front of everybody. Because in my head, I'm just like I'm mad sentimental, bro. And somebody gonna laugh at me if I do my vows in front of everybody. Somebody gonna giggle.
No, it's alright, bro. It's everybody that's in your groom party, whoever laugh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna get synced out. That's all. Don't worry about it.
It's gonna get handled. Yo, you said you would write your own vows though.
Yeah, bro. Like,
man, you the poet and wordsmith too. You probably, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, but see, like right now, like I can't imagine what I would say. Right. I just know that this is gonna be dope because it's like, bro, like you said, like I do poetry and stuff. So like, just having some time to sit down and write everything. Now, here's the thing, because I don't know if you're allowed to do this or is this tradition at the wedding, like. One person does vows and the other person don't do vows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if both of us have to do them, I would much rather it be her call. Like, if she's not comfortable with writing vows, like, all right, cool. Then I'll just do, you know what I'm saying, what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Just do it in private so that way ain't no pressure, ain't none of that other stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, like, as far as crying and all that, bro, like, I don't care, bro. Y'all came to see me in my wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean?
See.
So, that's a fact.
I feel that. I ain't just trying to cry for 100 plus people. That's still.
Bro, I don't look, man. I bear my soul out with my poetry, bro. I don't care. I've performed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the feelings and everything, bro. Like, and that's just stuff that's maybe what I'm feeling at the moment, or stuff that I've overcome, or even just some stuff that I just made up.
Yeah.
And that's that. Now we're talking about some stuff that's like real, 100% real. What I feel in the moment, what I've been feeling for years, everything culminating to this moment. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got a good feeling that I'll cry, and I'm cool with that.
That's what's up. All right, fair enough, bro. Weddings are funny because like guest lists are interesting things, bro. They're like a delicate balance.
I've got mad people already lined up saying, "Yo, I can't wait to come to your wedding," and I'm just be looking at them like, "You think you coming?"
That's so tough, bro. That's so tough. That's the crazy thing is it's like we didn't really post something on social media that we got engaged, right? So when I run into people I haven't seen in a minute, I'm like, oh well, like I probably should like that's how my life's going. Either don't tell you right now, that seems kind of weird, or I tell you right now, and then once I tell you though. And I told you, and I didn't tell social media, I feel like there's certain things to people that makes them feel like, oh, they're on the inside. Therefore, they might feel like they might be entitled to an invitation, which I don't blame them for maybe getting that mixed up. But I feel like there's certain people just not going. They're like thinking they're gonna get invited that might not get invited. Also, I'm terrified that I'm gonna forget somebody. I'm terrified I'm gonna get to my day and realize that I missed somebody who's so close to me that I just forgot about them. Like they're just like my dog, and I haven't seen them in a minute, but I just like totally forgot to invite them. And I'm like, man, that would hurt.
But that's fair though. It's like you know what I'm saying, like putting up guest lists and everything, bro. Like something is bound to slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and then also you gotta understand like the whole wedding list thing, bro. Like that's a 2-person job. That's you and your fiance, your wife to be. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and that gets real crazy if it's somebody she want to invite and she's just like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. just because like she's real nice. So if there's only somebody on that list and she don't want to be there, they probably don't deserve to be there. And I'm too nice. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm even like so she's nice, I'm way too nice. So like that's probably like if she said somebody shouldn't just show up, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Yeah. I'm just too nice.
Yeah.
Man, yo, the real thing. I have so she's white and I am black. I'm chocolate. I'm smooth. You didn't know, but you didn't.
You do.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you.
No, but I knew that you weren't white. I just knew that you were a person of color.
I didn't tell you, bro. I didn't.
But it's cool though, because I loved you regardless of what you were.
I appreciate that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Like I didn't care.
I appreciate that.
But it's good to know that you black.
That's real.
Man,
that's real.
This is cool.
I'm glad we had this moment.
I'm glad too. Darius should have been here for this. Did Darius know? I don't think Darius knows. So he's gonna watch this and be like, "What?"
Shocked. Flabbergasted.
You should have been here, bro. It's cool though. It's cool. Go ahead, continue, my brother. Continue.
Anyway, the biggest thing attention with me, like if I like for like the wedding is like, how do we do the music and the dancing, bro? Cause she don't just know like white people, like she know like white people. And if you hear this, just know it's all love, but you are what you are. White. Miracle Whip white people, okay? I'm talking, you know what I mean? And so I'm looking at it like, yo, how is this playlist gonna play out, bruh?
Well, how'd she get down? Like, what's her musical taste? Taylor Swift? That's it. Adele.
You know,
like I don't know.
You would think I would know more about that, especially since me as a musician and stuff like that. But like, we don't really talk about it that much. She'll listen to anything I send her, but like, she never sent me something and I've been like, oh, that's dope. You know what I mean? She just like, she's you know what it really is. You know what it really is though. She likes books. She likes audiobooks and stuff like that.
Right.
She don't really listen to music like I do.
Right.
You know, she likes music, loves music. Like I said, she loves music, but just books, audiobooks is like her. Like she loves reading and stuff like that. So like that's just more of her bag. And so if you ask me what kind of books she like reading, I can tell you that for facts. I can tell you like, you know what I mean, like that's about it. I can tell you what kind of book she likes. I can't tell you what she just read because I don't be like that. But you know, yeah. But the point is that like that's why I don't know what kind of music taste she got. But like I'm looking at it and I'm like, brother, the age range is everywhere for people who are gonna be coming to this wedding, and the race. You know what I mean? It's just you know what I mean? It's like it's gonna look like a whole like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I would definitely try to figure out or ask her, like, yo, like, what music do you listen to? Like I said, at the end of the day, it's y'all wedding.
Right,
I mean, like, it's going to be people there that may not know what artist or song it is. They might not even want to get up and dance because they're not feeling the vibe that y'all got. But at the end of the day, it's y'all. Like, if y'all want it, and I'm going to take this with a grain of salt, right?
Yeah.
If y'all wanted to play R. Kelly, right? Like any other,
Why'd you do that?
In the Name of Love.
Why'd you do that?
Bro, I don't know.
You could have picked so many different artists, different songs. You had to go with that one?
I'm just saying.
You're so messy. You're so messy.
Like, if y'all decided y'all wanted to play that, right? What I'm trying to get at, it's y'all wedding.
Yeah.
Everybody can have an opinion, but at the end of the day, we came here to celebrate the union of y'all. So if that's what y'all want to play, not R. Kelly, but whatever y'all want to play.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Two Step. If y'all want to play that on repeat by DJ Unk for like 3 hours.
DJ Unk, bro. DJ Unk, bro. I was you know the song that's really on my mind that I'm like, do we play this? Swag Sir. I'm like, there's gonna be so many people in that crowd that don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on.
I'll tell you what though, it's gonna be hella black people rushing to the stage, bro.
That's
rushing
facts.
to the flow.
That's facts.
Man,
bruh.
And they're gonna be like, "What is going on?" That's gonna be hilarious.
But it'll be a moment, bruh.
It would be.
It would be a moment.
Like that's when you need to have like a like the whoever's taking pictures to just like be in the back, just look at everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be a wild scene.
Yeah.
Nah, that's gonna be dope.
Also, I just wanted to play the first part in the drop, and that's it. Yeah. I don't want them to play like I don't want to get in the verse. I just wanted to go into something else.
The first 30, 45 seconds. That's it.
That's it.
And then we all just.
I don't want us to pretend like we all know the verses. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Tell me one word.
I don't.
You don't, because we don't know. I'm glad, because I was feeling like, I'm like, there's no way anybody else knows the verses. Like, no one cares. Just swagging in a circle, bro.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Which I know we talked about this already, but that song lasted way longer than I thought it would.
I hope they're getting paid, bro.
I hope they're getting paid too. They probably not.
Probably not.
They probably not.
But I hope so, man. No, you know what's crazy is that Lupe was on Twitter like a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
And he said that he don't get no money for daydreaming with Jill Scott.
Actually, that makes sense though. That kind of makes sense because it's like sample heavy.
Yeah.
And the more sample the song is, the less likely an artist gets money off of it. But that's crazy though.
I think he said it had more to do with the studio than it did the sample clearances and everything else. So,
okay, so maybe that's fair, but it also wasn't like he was gonna make a lot of change off it either.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know
what I'm saying? And like, I don't know, bro. Like, as an artist, man, like as a rapper or a singer or something, like I would think that'd be tough. Like, you make a really great song that like lives.
Yeah.
And you can't make a dime for it.
Yeah, I feel that, but I also like, I don't know, man. Like, I've realized that for me, as I was thinking about my artistic journey and stuff like that, I'm like, samples are a really great way to tap into something that's historic and bring an essence from something previous into something new and breathe life into it. That's a beautiful experience. But you find that like a lot of artists who do that, the most of the publishing for the song ends up going to the artist who did the original idea, and I'm okay with that. I feel like what I would think about it is this: is like you're creating this moment for people to come out and experience that song, right?
Right.
So I would just like plan on performing the song because any artists make more money off of touring anyway than they make off of anything else. Yeah. So I'm like, if I get signed to a major label, I'm not gonna be worried about like sample clearances and how much I'm making off of each record all the time. Like of course you want that like that, but like I'm not gonna be thinking about that the whole entire time. I'm gonna think about making the best art that I possibly can, so that when I go out, it's just we can just play it and everybody's gonna turn up for it, right?
Right.
Because then if there's classics, every time you show up, you can play it again, and that's just more people coming to your shows, and so it comes to your shows. And so I do. The more I say it, the more I do realize that the argument behind having like getting more off the record, but there is something to be said about the fact that you're really making bread off of the touring, the shows, and people only gonna show up to your shows unless your music is dope. Your music is dope. So
that's fair.
That's
fair. What was the first song you heard that had a sample of an original song that you heard back when you was a kid? I hope that makes sense. Like
recently maybe? Like I heard like a song I heard now that is a sample of a song I heard as a kid. Like does the song I heard as a kid, was it like a pop song when I was a kid, or was it like something that I heard because my parents listened to oldies?
No. It was like a pop song from a rapper or a pop artist, whatever, but it was original. It wasn't sampled.
And now I've heard a sample version of it now?
Yes.
The first thing that comes to mind is when Tory Lanez was doing those tapes. I forgot, but he did those, and he was sampling like everybody's like stuff from back in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
Those are fire. Like he did the I'm Sprung joint with T-Pain.
Yeah.
That was fire. So that's the first one I can think of. That's the first one. Yeah, that's really the one I'm thinking of right now. Like something that came out when I was younger that's now being sampled for stuff.
The one I heard, and it made me feel real old, because I remember listening to it in the car, is Kevin Little, Turn Me On, but Chris Brown, like, remixed it or whatnot.
Okay.
And, like, it's the same song, but of course, like, he sampled it, whatever, remixed it, whatever the case may be. And I was just like, why does this sound so familiar? And I thought about it, like, oh, it's that song. And it's crazy, because I hated that song when I was a kid.
Okay.
Don't know why.
But you like the new song?
Not really.
Okay, but you just recognize it? Okay.
Yeah, I recognize it.
I got you.
It gave me more appreciation for like the original song. And I was like, now I know how my parents felt. Oh, that's what's his face? Kanye is sampling. And I'm just looking and I'm just like, Mom, I don't care who he's sampling. This is fire right now.
Yeah. The song I realized that was actually like, it was called, remember Music Soul Child's Half Crazy?
I think so.
And my mind's going half crazy because I can't leave you alone. That one. It's Lucky Day did a song called Over, and he samples that. It's fire. Like, I love Lucky Day. I think Lucky Day is fire. But that's one of those ones where like, oh, I grew up hearing that song all the time, and that's a classic. That's just like Half Crazy is a classic. Music Soul Child is that guy. Yeah. But Lucky Day sampled that for the song Over. It was inspired. Like, so yeah, that'll be the ones. I remember when I first heard what was it? Touch the Sky. And then I heard Move On Up by Curtis Mayfield, and it was like, oh, this is an art. Like, this is what he's doing is an art. Because Late Registration came out, I feel like I was like maybe like 11 or 12 when Late Registration came out or something like that. But hearing the original song after hearing Kanye's was just like, oh, there's a real art to like this thing, because he's not just like taking this song and chopping it up and doing it over and over again. He's also adding elements into it to like, because when you hear the horns on like on Move On Up with Curtis Mayfield, it's nice,
right?
But it's not as booming as when you hear it on Late Registration, because it sounds like he just layered the heck out of it with other stuff, and it's just like and you hear that, you're just like, I got set, you just get hyped. And so anytime I just, that's one of my like favorites. Like, I think of a sample that was taken, but Kanye's GOAT at that. He did Distant Lover by Marvin Gaye. He turned it into Spaceships for College Dropout, and that was fire, because I heard Distant Lover for the first time like 4 months ago. I hadn't heard that sample. I mean, you just tell it's a sample, but I never heard it. But I was in the Verizon store getting a new phone, and I was just like, yo, that was that Kanye sample. Wow, that was smooth the way he did that. And the crazy part is that was like that Distant Lover part. Like, that's the only time he says that line in the song, and he just chops that line right there and uses it over and over. You know, I don't know, it's just like a cool, because sometimes you find that they'll sample the chorus or something like that that's pretty consistent, and it was just like this one time he did the every night, like this is the only time he did that in the song. But Kanye heard that and was like, yeah, need that. So I love samples.
Man, I don't know, man. Not this year. Definitely next year. Cause I got a lot on my plate this year. I don't know. I wanna get more into the music thing, bro.
For sure.
Cause like how you said, like Kanye doing that and just layering it and just making magic with it. That seems like fun.
I would say this, bro. If you want to get more into music, then just start listening to more music and analytically, and in a way that like just listen to it and like just like try to hear patterns. I think you want to get back to like writing and actually like performing and stuff like that, right? Like really like one of the things I did like straight out of high school is I took a lot of time off of making music and just spent time like studying it and just being like, what is they doing here? What are they doing here? But the more you do that, the more you find a love for it, and then the more the drive will kick to be like, oh, I'm gonna make something. You know what I mean? Like, that's just part of the game. And so, yeah, I would definitely say do that, because especially with Kanye, because Kanye stuff is crazy. Freaking Kanye just popped off with this last song he just dropped. I texted you during the week about it.
Yeah.
He did that song with Game called Easy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this man was talking. And I think I'm mad because the beginning of it, he even starts talking about how like, he's like, I'm gonna let my pride win on this one. He's like, you know, I could be right, I could be sanctified in this moment, but I'm gonna let my pride win, and I'm just gonna talk my stuff for a little bit. Yeah. I was like, that's low key wild, like, but also like we've all been there before. So people are always gonna be like, well, Kanye don't represent this, Kanye don't do, you know what I mean? I'm just like everybody on their own journey. You know what I'm saying? He just happens to have to do it in front of him like 500 like for like billions, in front of billions of people, right?
Yeah.
So that's an unfortunate reality for him to face, but we all stumble. We all figure out stuff in a different way or go a different route on how we go about getting to where we're going. But yo, the way he popped up on that verse was just like, wow, okay. I appreciate. It was one of those moments where also like you appreciate the artist's authenticity, because he just was spitting like his truth in that moment, like he was just spitting his truth in that moment. It was brutal, and it was lovely and beautiful. I loved it. Oh man, I listened to it like once a day. I'm like, oh, this is, and only once a day because I just need to hear it once. I would just be like, dang.
It was good. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was good, and Game was good on that too. It's crazy, bro. Because like I said, man, like I was listening to it because you had told me about it, and I had heard that he had put out something, but I don't rush to go see what Kanye putting out these days, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? There were times where it was like, Kanye, yo, stop everything. I need to go see what he's doing. Nowadays, like, I just be skeptical. I'll wait to see what the internet reaction is. And, like, if the internet reaction is mostly good, positive, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Which I'm going to push on you. You need to go listen to Donda again.
You know, I've been meaning to, because he said he's going to do a Donda too. And I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Listen, just give it another shot. Listen to the deluxe version because it's a little bit of a different like makeup on it. But bro, like I remember you saying that about Yeezus, and I was like, I listened to Donda a couple months after it came out, and I was just like, nah, this was really like on some stuff. Like especially when you get the tracks like Moon and like New, I think Make Me New Again or something like that is what it's called. But like there's just like tracks on there that's just like he's popping off and doing something that's like it's just fire. So
yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back into it. Like right now, like what's heavy in my rotation is the Weekend album.
the new one,
Yeah,
is it really that good,
bro. Okay, so for the last two, including this one, the last 2-3 Weekend albums, my first listen, it has been lackluster.
Okay.
Right. I think that's because of what I listened to it on at first, and I listened to it through my headphones. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I listen to it every time on my headphones first. But once I actually play it like on some speakers, it hits differently. And I start to like it. The tracks that I didn't like initially the first time through, it's like, all right, well, let's give us another chance because I really like The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? So I'll play it again. I'm just like, okay, I see it now. I see what you're going for. Like, it's like I have to adjust my ears. Like, it's in a way, he's not Kanye, but in a way that every album that he does now, it sounds different. It feels different.
Mm-hmm.
Just like what Kanye be doing. And it's dope. It was like this album sounds like it's something like from the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it's phenomenal. Like I could go without the whole, like there's like kind of sort of skits in it.
Okay.
Not like skits, but like, it ain't no singing, it's just, talking or whatever the case may be. But like it's really good, bro. And I've been listening to it like at least once a day since it dropped.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. I'm not gonna lie, I miss like sometimes you like it when an artist changes, and then sometimes it's just like, I miss what you used to do. Yeah. So that's sometimes how I feel at The Weeknd, because like when I think of songs like The Hills or Wicked Games, I'm like, this man is in his bag. Yeah. And then you get to Blinded by the Light, and I'm like, yeah, that's not my bag.
Some songs definitely, I feel like he makes at least one, like, all right, this is for the radio. And like,
yeah, sure,
those sort of songs you can tell like right off the bat. But I understand how you feel, because a lot of people like Trilogy Weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was on some stuff on that one. That Dirty Diana joint too.
Yeah. Oh. So like, people like Trilogy, or if you were around before then, the 3 mixtapes he had, which is the Trilogy. And then you got the first album that he dropped, which a lot of people don't really give that much love to, because I don't know. I guess he was trying to find himself. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
And then you jump to the one that you said that you liked, the one that had the hills on that, which is Beauty Behind the Madness. You know what I'm saying? And then you start seeing him evolve, and like his sounds and everything is, I guess, more poppy-ish and not as R&B or dark R&B as it once was.
Yeah.
Which I understand. You know what I mean? Like, but artists grow. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't like what they grow into, or their sound, I should say, how their sound grows along with them. But like, I'm here for it, because at the end of the day, I want my artists that I care for to be happy. And if they're happy making the content songs they want to make, I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
It's like Kid Cudi. Like Kid Cudi, first 3 albums, solid. Right? Well, maybe his first 2. Okay, so there's Man on the Moon 2. What was the third album?
Technically, I think it was Speed and Bullets to Heaven.
Okay, so the first 2 albums for me.
Well, no, Indie Cut
was the third one. No, fourth.
It was. Let's just say Speed and Bullets to Heaven never happened. Okay, it's definitely the third. So Indie Cut is the third one, and you like that one.
Yeah.
You like Indie Cut. That's all. That's all. Really, my face was making sure that you liked it.
Do I like it? That's been a while since I heard Indie Cut. So
that's Bees. That's Pretty Girls. That's
Was that
Immortal? The one with the Immortal. Yeah. You like that one? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I like Indie Cut. So yeah. So like his first 3 albums to me is solid. Everything he's released after that, it's been more or less hit or miss. And if it's a hit, it's definitely an album in which there are at least 3 or 4, maybe 5 tracks which I don't rock with. But the rest of the project could be solid.
So Passion Pain and Demon Slayer didn't do it for you?
No, because I listened to it like twice.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying at that moment, at that time in my life when I listened to it, like it wasn't hitting.
Okay.
So, like I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, Cudi for me, he's not the same artist that he was when he started, because I don't know if he does it now, but I know during the first 2 albums at least, he was in a really dark place and he was smoking hella weed.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he wanted to get sober and stop all of that stuff. And so with that, his music changed, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, in that moment, I was like, as a fan, it kind of sucks because your music ain't hitting the same. But as a fan that cares about you, make your music, bro. Express yourself. I'm an artist myself. Express yourself. Everybody not gonna rock with it, but people that do rock with it, gonna rock with it. And Man on the Moon 3 wasn't bad. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but it wasn't bad.
I also give a lot of credit to Cudi for 8 Always in Heartbreak. He was one of the writers, not the writers, stuff like that. And that was a dope album. And Welcome to Heartbreak was fire. The opening track to that album is just like, and that's mainly him on that one. I think he might even wrote the song, but track is fire. So,
what do you think about Kids See Ghost?
Kids See Ghost? I thought it was dope. I think it was but it was kind of weird. Like,
I think it was overhyped.
Like overhyped beginning with or after it came out?
Before it came out, I think it was overhyped because we all had expectations because we were like, okay, we realize what Kanye can do,
right? And
we know what Kid Cudi can do, and we've heard them both on the track before. And you're gonna give us an EP. I'm not calling it an album. I think it's 6 tracks. Yeah, so we're gonna call that. So they're gonna come out with an EP, 6 tracks. Or how many tracks it is?
7.
And we expected it all to be fire because they had not let us down on their previous collabs. And then when you hear it, it's like I was expecting something else.
Interesting. Okay. Honestly, I feel like most of the songs on this, only songs I can't remember what Cudi Montage sounds like, and I can't remember what Free Ghost Town 2 sounds like in my head right now. But Field of Love was fire. Fire was fire. Fourth Dimension was crazy. Reborn was awesome. Kids See Ghost I thought was dope. So I don't know. Yeah, because it was definitely like it's them. So it's going to be purely like hits only. I still think it was a good project. I think it just maybe overhyped because it was supposed to be like it should have. In our minds, it should have won every award. It should have been the thing. And that's when Kanye was coming out hot too. Is he came out with that was when he produced the Nas album. That was when he brought out Ye. When he put out Kids See Ghost.
Pusha T's
album. Yeah, album came out. Yeah, that's around the same time with the Drake, bro. The Drake. First of all, the Pusha T and Drake beef. That was awesome.
It was.
That was awesome because honestly, Drake came out with a fire track with Duppy Freestyle. Duppy Freestyle was cold, and then Push came back, and he won. I love Drake, but Pusha won. Pusha went to places that Drake wouldn't go to.
Yeah,
that's the reality of the situation. That's what it was. But man, when you talk about like bars, like Drake was dropping bars.
Man,
Drake was dropping bars, and Pusha was just like, I'm just gonna air it all out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let that thing loose.
And this is I respect that mentality because it's just like, yo, if we beefing, bro. Like,
yeah.
like it ain't no, I'm gonna hold back or ain't nothing off limits. Like, no, this is beef. This is hip hop. You know this. You've been in the game for I don't know how long. You've been around people. Jay Prince, like everybody, like, listen, this is what we do. So don't act brand new now. But it's just like, for one, Drake is more popular, right?
Right.
So Drake is more popular, Drake is more relevant. So in the eyes of the masses, it's Drake is making Push relevant. It's making this whole beef anyway because you're riding the fame.
He's riding the coattails.
Of Drake's fame because that's what people like because Daytona when it came out, like people was like, yo, this is a dope album. But there were also people who was like, the only reason why your album is selling so much
because people with Drake.
And people were expecting to hear some Drake lines from it, so that's why, streams, clicks, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, nah, man, push Pen is nice, bro.
Yeah, no, Push is nice, for sure.
Push is nice, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And it's like, I don't know, bro. It's like, as long as beef stayed on wax, on records, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Once you start going off of that, and it's like, yo, let's meet in clubs, let's go shoot out and stuff like that, then it's like, y'all doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. Do you think those two will ever squash it?
No, I don't think they need to, though. Because, like, nobody wants to collab for the two of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So, like, that's the only reason why, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know?
Yo, you own to something.
Yeah.
You own to something.
Yeah.
Because with Jay-Z and Nas, we never thought we'd see them squash it. You know what I'm saying? And now Kanye and Drake seemingly squashed it. I don't 100% believe that.
Me neither.
Because I think Jay Prince is like, bro, listen, I don't even want to speak the man's name, all right? Like, whatever power that man has, I think that's what it is. I think he just sat them both down in the room and was like, y'all gonna stop this BS. And and then you know what he did? He got up and he left in his Porsche and he drove off somewhere. And both Drake and Ye was just looking at each other like, well, I guess this is what it is, huh?
Maybe. I don't know. I think that I don't know. I think, Drake is almost now known for the dude who because I remember when he was on that one tour and he was just like, every person he was ever beefing with, he just kind of like put it all to rest. He and Meek got back together cool. Mm-hmm. Him and Chris Brown got back together cool and stuff like that. Like, so that's just kind of like he came out to the Weeknd's show.
Yep. And they squashed beef. And it was like, we didn't even really know it was a beef. Like, we heard rumblings, but we didn't even know it was a thing until they said something. So, like, that was, and they said they was going to give us an album, but we ain't never getting that album.
We're not getting that album. And it's okay. We already got Take Care, bro. That technically was that album, bro.
True enough.
Take Care was fire. And so I don't even blame, like,
album?
Huh?
Is that his best album?
Ooh.
We getting all over the place now.
Ooh.
Where we at? Where we at with time?
Ooh. We got time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Take Care is his best album. Take Care is his best album. Because from start to finish, there's not a single skip on there. The narrative makes sense, actually, in the entire album. The closeout with the ride is perfect. That's why I don't even like the deluxe, because the deluxe has extra songs on it, and I'm like, no, like the ride was the perfect way to kill this, like to finish this album out. Like, oh my gosh, the ride was cold.
The whole album was cold, bro. That little interlude with was that Buried Alive Kendrick?
Yeah, fire. The whole album was fire. Nothing Was the Same to me was really good too, though.
It grew on me. I didn't take to it initially.
Okay.
But it grew on me. So it's not a bad album. Like, the only bad album I would say that is by Drake is Certified Lover Boy. And I'm not even going to say I'm not even, like, when I say it's bad, I mean bad compared to, like, his other albums. If this was any other artist putting out Certified Lover Boy, we'd be like, oh, this is solid. You got a future in hip hop, kid. You know what I'm saying? But since it's Drake and we're comparing it to the rest of his bodies of work, it's like, come on, bro. Like, we're not expecting no 444 from you, but I mean, man, bro, like, I don't know, man.
I don't know either, but I almost feel like it might be better than Scorpion.
You know what?
It might be
because I forgot all about Scorpion.
Yeah. But I say Nothing Was the Same was about like one song away from being just a decent album to me, and the song that changed it for me was Too Much with Sampha.
Too Much was
fire. It was cold, and he was really talking like it was the vulnerable Drake that you want to hear. You're just like, oh, he just like being honest about his feelings and stuff like that, without going too far with it. Like, without making it about some girl, and that was just like, it was cool to just hear that he was just like on like the stuff that he was on. So.
No, I definitely agree for that. Scorpion for me, I think was an experiment, because you had side A, side B, or whatever.
Right.
And if he would have just made it,
I take that back. Scorpion was fire. Scorpion was kind of fire, because if you look at his side A and side B, the side B was like different.
Yeah, side B was mostly R&B joints.
Yeah, and like. Also, here's an unpopular opinion. Ratchet Happy Birthday was a fire song. Ratchet Happy Birthday was incredible.
I have to be drunk somewhere, turned up, lit up, in order for me to enjoy that song, bro. I can't.
See, and that's an unpopular opinion because everybody else is like, Ratchet Happy Birthday. So no, bro, Ratchet Happy Birthday is fire.
See, bro,
that beat is fire. Going on, you know what I mean? I think the funny part is that the song that I disliked the most was "Don't Matter to Me" with Michael Jackson, which seems like the song that would be like, "Oh, Drake collab with Michael Jackson, awesome." It was like, what did you just do?
I don't remember the chorus from that song.
And because it wasn't good. So, but
it surprised me on that because he had a track called Final Fantasy on that album.
Yeah,
and I was like, you play video games or something? Like
nerd.
Like you know what Final Fantasy is? Like that kind of surprised me. But like, I don't know, Scorpion is, like I said, Scorpion is cool. It's just I would have preferred it to be mashed up like the rest of his albums rather than there being a side A and a side B.
Okay.
I think that kind of killed it for me because like I was listening to side A, and after listening to side A, where it's nothing but rap, and then you get to the other side, and then it's like nothing but straight R&B. It's like, well, you already had me in the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how the tracks and everything is constructed, like the track list and everything constructed. It's like you got me in the vibe already, and now you're bringing me down for this R&B stuff, and it's like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
No, I hear you.
It seems more mixtapey to me. Not the sound of it, but like how it's put together. It's more mixtape-ish.
Yeah. I feel that. I get you.
But yeah, Certified Lover Boy, I'm definitely going to give another shot. Because like, I really want to like it because it's been so long since I've listened to like new or new-ish Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because he fooled me. He fooled me with that Laugh Not Cry Later because I was like, yo, this album going to sound nuts.
Yeah, that one was like, that one hurt because when that came out the gate that strong, you're like, oh, this is about to be, because that reminded me of when God's Plan came out.
Yeah.
God's Plan came out, everybody was rocking God's Plan. It was fire. It just was like, oh, and the album to follow that was dope. So.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I guess somewhere along it, he was like, yeah, bro, like, we're not going with that sound, or like, it's just not going to make the album. Because he could have, truth be told, he could have used that as a cheat code to like make the album like gold or platinum before anything else, because that single alone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, single's fire.
It would have pushed him.
Oh my gosh.
I played that like every day.
Yeah.
Because it was just so good, bro. It was just, from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I also feel about like Money in the Grave though. Like if he would have on any album, it would have been platinum because Money in the Grave was that song too.
Was you listening to a Drake Ross album?
Absolutely. First of all, Ross is super underrated to me. He's fire.
He is.
Also, I forgot what I was going to say earlier because you brought up Lupe. Lupe is probably the most underrated rapper of all time.
Yeah. If we would have never known about Lupe's thoughts and opinions, and we just only got music from him, I think it would have turned out differently. But because he is opinionated, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
He knows, right? That's the main important thing. He's opinionated and he knows that he's okay with it.
Yeah.
So therefore he can say whatever he wants to say and not care or worry about if it's going to hurt his album sales or if people going to like him or dislike him. Like, he's comfortable, he's cool with that, and I respect that about him. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people out here to just say whatever and then be shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
What was the worst opinion you heard of his that you were like, oh, that's not good? I don't really know that I'm privy to him outside of music like that.
I'm the wrong person to ask, bro. Because like when people say opinions, I like to think about what they're saying and not just take it 100% at face value.
Gotcha.
Like when he sat up there and said slavery was a choice, I didn't get up in arms.
So that's what he did, something like that.
Yeah, it was like I didn't get up in arms and be like, yeah, slavery wasn't a choice. Nigga, they had us in chains and everything else. What he was trying to convey is like, yo, slavery or death. Like, at least that's what I got from it.
Gotcha.
But see, I had to think about that to get to that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So with Lupe, like I said, like I'm the wrong person to ask. Like, I know what really fired it off was he criticized Obama. Because I think he performed or was supposed to perform at the White House. Like, he got invited.
Yeah.
And I think either he said that there or like shortly after he left or something, like he criticized Obama or something, and like everybody, because you know, like around that time, like Obama was just in office for barely a couple of months, if that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So every black person in America was like Obama.
Yeah.
So if you said anything against Obama, you gonna have pitchforks.
You was dead. Yeah, that was the original cancel culture. Right? Yeah, you was up for it. Yeah,
exactly.
For
sure. So like,
sure.
So he said that, and like people just, you know, they took it from there. It's like, oh, he a coon, he this, that, and the third, and et cetera, et cetera. And then, you know, a year or two after Obama was in office, you know, or sometime during the second term, people were saying, black people were saying, not all, but some were saying the same thing that Lupe was saying, and nobody batted an eyelash because they were like, oh, yeah, well, he's no good because he did this, that, and the third, or whatever. I don't know, bro. I wasn't following politics at the time.
Yeah, so fair enough. I get you. No, I get you. I just wondered about the Lupe thing, but like, yeah, I don't. My point was just that he's the most slept on. Tattoo and Youth was a great album. He dropped a song called Shoes with Virgil. That was fire. Like he just has like this kind of content is dope, and he's one of those rappers that always seems like he never gets the respect he deserves. And I'm like, we should probably have him in a conversation. Like the fact, like I would put him in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I just like I can appreciate a rapper that can make songs that I could just jam to and vibe to, be like, yeah, this is dope, and then he can switch it up and make me think. You know what I'm saying? Like I can listen to it, I'm like, yo, I gotta run that back. You know, I need to go to Rap Genius to see like the lyrics to try to like break down what he said. Like it's like going over my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I like that. You know what I mean? And that's Lupe in like a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're definitely right. He's definitely underrated. There's a bunch of rappers who don't get the respect that they deserve. But the reason why it is because they're not doing things that the general public want them to do. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they're a niche. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like lyricism and everything else like that, or backpack rap or whatever you want to call it, like that's a niche.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the main thing would be like something poppy, something like Drake or something like that. Like that's like the main sound. That's the general audience is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can make tracks and stuff like that all day, you in business.
Yeah. You're right.
So
yeah. I think that's rap in a nutshell right now.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining us for another episode of Reset the Vibe. This is episode 60. And I know it because last week was 59. We was in the 50s forever, bro.
Yeah, bro.
We was there forever.
That's 10 weeks, though.
See, I felt like the rest of it went by faster, though. I feel like 40 to 50 went fast. And then we got the 50s, it just stopped. But then again, there was a lot of holiday breaks and everything in between. And plus, she was out of town, so maybe that's it.
Maybe.
But yeah, this is episode 60, Reset the Vibe podcast. I'm Vash.
Cam.
Be kind to one another. Take care of one another. As always, ladies and gentlemen, love.